Okay, welcome to Beethoven of the Ukulele, episode 3.4. This is the fourth page of the third movement of my transcription of Beethoven's Pastorale Symphony, his Symphony number 6 in F major, opus 68. So I'd like to welcome you here in these trying, crazy times we're living in right now. And I just want to say that this has been going on for a long time before this crisis started, and I'm going to continue going as long as I can, every single week putting out a new page of this transcription, and we're slated to end, hopefully well after this crisis is over. We're going to end with the final bars of the fifth movement in the first part of December of this year. Anyway, what I'd like you to listen to right now, I'm going to play this on the Spotify link on my iPad here, is what we're trying to emulate at this point in the movement. And as we do this, hopefully you can hear this through my microphone right here, and I'll just make some comments. And if you have subscribed to my email list, you can get a PDF that shows what's happening in each of these sections and what I'm trying to emulate on the ukulele. So here we go. So this is Leonard Bernstein's recording of the Symphony number 6. So what we hear first is an oboe solo. Now a clarinet solo. Now a French horn. Now everybody together, French horn, clarinet, and oboe. So I will put a link in the video description here to a YouTube recording of this, set with the timing set so you can hear right at this point where this passage begins. Okay, so as I mentioned, I sent out a PDF, and what I did in this PDF is I tried to emulate one of the things I learned in graduate school when I was taking a class in guitar history and literature. So one of the first tablatures that we have available to us was published in 1554. It's not guitar music, it's viola music, actually a viola songbook with a little bit of guitar tablature in the back. But it's called Orfánica Lyra by Miguel Fuñano. It's published in 1554. And we can put this up on the screen back here so you can see what that tablature looks like. And what I want you to notice is that in that tablature, the melody notes are printed in a different color than the rest of it. The melody notes are printed in red, and that's what I tried to do in the tablature in the PDF I sent out to you. And if you're not getting that, go ahead and sign up for my email list. You can look in the link below and sign up for that to get a page of this transcription every week. So the melody notes, I'm going to try to emphasize those by bringing them out a little bit more, maybe by using a rest stroke, as we talked about last time, where my thumb goes across the string, rests against the next string to emphasize it a little bit, and in generally making those notes louder than the notes that are in black, which should be subordinate to that. At the same time, you want to make sure you're keeping a very steady rhythm throughout. That's very important, because what I was trying to do, if you look at my original tablature when I originally transcribed this page about a year ago, you can see a little note. What I was trying to do is I was trying to get this, the accompaniment, to happen at the same time as the melody happened. And that turned out to be very impractical for me to play. So I had to change things around a little bit. And what I decided to do is just play the melody notes, and then in the holes in the melody, in other words, where there are melody notes that sustain for a long period of time, we can put in the accompaniment pattern. Okay, and if we do that with a steady beat, your brain, or the brain of the listener, is going to perceive that accompaniment is happening at the same time that the melody is happening. All right, the other thing I wanted to mention here, probably the hardest part of this, is the clarinet lick that starts in measure, I believe it's measure 1, 17, 18, 19, 20, 122, measure 122. Okay, so let me just walk you through that a little bit so you can play around with that. And I would recommend you practice that very slowly at first before you put it up to the scherzo tempo along with everything else. So I'm playing 13th fret on the first string with my pinky finger pulling off to the 12th fret, then stretching back to the 8th fret on the first string. In the next measure, these are harmonics. 12th fret 4th, 12th fret 3rd, 12th fret 2nd, back to 12th fret 3rd, and then open 4th string, open 3rd string, then I'm going to hammer on, I'm using my 2nd finger to hammer on from the 7th fret of the 2nd string to the 7th fret to the 8th fret with my 3rd finger, then stretching up with my pinky to the 10th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, then I'll play the open 3rd string, play that note on the 8th fret of the 2nd, 7th fret of the 4th string with my 1st finger, 7th fret of the 1st string with my 2nd finger, back to 7th fret 4th string, 8th fret on the 2nd string, 7th fret on the 4th string, 7th fret on the 1st string, then a hammer from the 2nd finger to the pinky to the 8th fret, then I'll go back to the 7th fret on the 1st string, 8th fret, 10th fret, and that note's going to be sustained for quite a long period of time. So I'll play that note, really emphasize it, play the open 3rd string in the next measure, and then for the first beat of the next measure after that, and this is probably the hardest lick maybe in the movement. So this is a descending C 7th chord, and what I'm going to do here is I have my pinky on the 13th fret of the 1st string, pulls off to the 10th fret of the 1st string, harmonic on the 12th fret of the 2nd string, harmonic on the 12th fret of the 3rd string, 1st fret of the 1st string, 3rd fret of the 2nd string, pulls off to open, and then I end the lick right there. So let me play that whole thing for you very slowly. So this is starting back again at measure, I believe it's 122. If you get comfortable with that lick, you'll find you can use that in a lot of different places. So again, that's a descending C 7th chord. It's really nice. All right, well that's it. I hope, since you probably will have a lot of time at home, that you spend some time practicing Beethoven, and please hit me up in the comments of this video or get in touch with me otherwise and let me know if you have any questions or anything that you'd like me to cover in this series. All right, wishing you all the best of health and the best of happiness. Stay healthy, stay sane, and I will see you next week.